713-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
I'm Nicole Hyman at HTC. We're connecting for you. One of the most breathtaking holiday events in our area has to be Nights of 1,000 Candles. Every year, Brook Green Gardens puts on this amazing display of lights and candles surrounding the natural beauty of their sculpture gardens. So sit back and enjoy this first-hand look at Nights of 1,000 Candles.
Nights of 1,000 Candles is an event that Brook Green started about 15 years ago, but we got serious about the event probably 10 years ago now, and we made a strategic decision to turn it into the premier holiday event in the Southeast, and we feel we've accomplished that. We wanted to offer the public an event where they could come and enjoy Brook Green Gardens, enjoy our sculpture, the beauty of the garden, and that's all highlighted by the thousands and thousands of lights and luminaries that you see. We have entertainment, we have food, and we have the beauty of Brook Green, and those are really the three elements that we offer. And that combination is hard to find anywhere in the country, and we're proud of it. And we have turned this into really our premier fundraiser for the organization, for the institution. We are not-for-profit, so we rely on funding every year in terms of what we generate through admissions and contributions, and this has become really our big fundraiser.
We started this process end of September. We talk about it year-round, but physically putting lights up, we started in the end of September. We go garden by garden. We have staff from all departments of Brook Green helping us, but there is a core group of 5 horticulturalists that do most of the installation and the maintaining of the electrical displays here.
At Nights of 1,000 Candles, we not only have beautiful lighting displays and candles, but there's amazing entertainment. We have different venues, 3 different venues going on, and they rotate. There's choral ensemble, handbell choirs, all kinds of jazz and big band sounds. Ron Days does a Gullah Christmas story, and we always have some special surprises. The entertainment is, believe it or not, just some of the best in the area. It is amazing. It's all included in the admission to the event. This event we expand a little bit every year, and for example this year we've added a holiday tree that's 80 feet
high. We have 60,000 LED lights on that tree. We've opened up the poetry garden, which is a garden here that's an acre in size. So every year we add a little bit to it. We've also added days to the event. You know, it was 5 days and then 6 days, and now it's up to 9 days. And we think pretty much that will do it for us. You know, it's a lot of work for us. It is a holiday season. We really don't want to ask our staff and our volunteers to work any more hours than that. So I think we'll cap it right here where it is, and it's a great event.
Every night we light these candles. It takes about 45 minutes. They go all through the gardens and right at dusk, right at this time of night. So it's a beautiful event, and we hope you enjoy it.
Wow, such a beautiful way to celebrate this holiday season. If you didn't have a chance to visit this year, make sure your 2015 holiday schedule includes Nights of 1,000 Candles. HTC connecting for you, I'm Nicole Hyman.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
Back at Socastee High School, the HTC Game of the Week between the 14-4 Socastee Braves and the 9-4 Sumter Gamecocks. Excuse me, 4-14 Sumter Socastee Braves and the 9-4 Sumter Gamecocks. Head coach JoJo English, who played his high school basketball at Lower Richland High School with Stanley Roberts, had some great teams over there, went on to play at the University of South Carolina and also with the Chicago Bulls, is now the head man there in the Gamecock country. And, you know, Tommy, the Gamecocks, I bring in my broadcast partner, the coach, Tommy Johnson. JoJo English has taken over a program that for the last 2 years has won Region 6 4A and gone all the way to the lower state finals, where they've lost in the lower state finals the last 2 years in a row. So for Region 6 4A basketball, outside of this year when Conway seems to be dominating this region, Sumter's been the cream of the crop.
And that Sumter's always been a force in basketball, going back to the days when Johnny Powers was the coach there. That was back when I first got started, and I was at West Florence, and they ran through a 3-year period where they either won or played for the state championship 3 years in a row. And looking over there at JoJo looks like he could put on a uniform.
Oh, he can still play.
Go get 20.
He can still play.
He was a heck of a player back with Coach Jimmy Childers, who went to LSU with Stanley Roberts.
Yeah, he's got a lot of flexibility. In talking with him, I went to watch them play against Conway last Friday night and talked to him a little bit before the game. And he's got a lot of flexibility in this lineup. He's got a lot of athletes in this lineup, and he is not afraid to use them. We will see a very full court. We will see a 93-foot game all night tonight with him.
Well, it seemed like going back in time, Sumter, it seemed like they've always had like 9 or 10 kids about 6'3", 6'4". They never had the 6'10s and 6'11s. They'd have a couple of little guards, but for the most part, they would all be very athletic, very well coached, and all about the same size, and they would just keep running them at you. You didn't know where they were coming from because there was never much of a drop-off in talent.
Oh, you talk about 6'11" guys. We're on the other side of the ball for D'Angelo Scott. We're going to see one. 6 foot 11 inch and growing. Jason Cudd, the sophomore center, who's averaging about 6 points and 4.5 rebounds per game for the Socastee Breaks. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our starting lineups for the night's HTC Game of the Week right after this.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
After the Sumter Lady Gamecocks came away with a 19-point win in the first game, it's time for our starting lineups here between the Sumter Gamecocks and the Socastee Braves. First of all, for the visiting Sumter Gamecocks, number 3, Micah McBride is a 6'3" senior. Number 4, Brandon Parker is a 6'4" senior. He's also a captain on this team. Number 11, Cedric, they call him CK Rembert. He's a captain on this team. He's a 6'1" junior. Charlie Richardson is a 6'5" senior forward. Quentin Kershaw is a 6'6" senior center, number 44. And that's the way JoJo English's team will come out, again, with a 9-4 record, 2-1 in the region. Last year, this was a 19-7 team that lost to Wando in the lower state finals. Now next for the homestanding Socastee Braves with a 14-4 record, head coach by DeAndre Scott. Starting at point guard will be 5'8" senior Devin Melko. He'll be matched in the backcourt by 5'10" sophomore Aeneas Green. Number 13, Finn Melko, the twin brother of Devin Melko, is a 6'3" senior. Also number 15, TJ Simmons, a 5'10" senior guard. And the big guy on the post, Jason Cudd, 6'11" sophomore. According to Coach DeAndre Scott, had his best game so far this year with 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks in their loss to South Florence earlier this week.
Lane Cates, Jason Cudd and Finn Melko will really have to defend down inside the basket. Coach Scott starting a smaller lineup than he normally does with the 3 little guards. So there'll be heavy duties on Jason Cudd and on Finn Melko. But what this game's going to get down to is how Socastee handles the pressure. It's been a bugaboo up to now.
Yeah, talking with Coach DeAndre Scott before the game, you know, that was the first thing that came out of his mouth. What you got to do tonight, Coach? He said, we got to handle their pressure, and it's going to be relentless, just like it was on the girls' side of the ball. It'll be the same for the boy Gamecocks as well, and also rebounding. And one of the things that the Socastee team has not done well this year is shoot the ball. They're going to have to shoot the ball better. He said the Braves are taking good shots, they're just not falling for them.
They just don't have that go-to guy. There's nobody they can count to go get 15 or 20 a night.
Here we go. It's the Sumter Gamecocks. We're 2-1 in the region versus the Socastee Braves, 1-2 in the region. Socastee with a 4-14 record. Sumter Gamecocks 9-4. Set to go here from Socastee High School. Lane Harris with the coach, Tommy Johnson. Glad you're with us here tonight as we wrap up the finale here of the HTC Game of the Week. Here from Socastee High School. Cudd, 6'11", taps it back. Ball is controlled by number 15, T.J. Sims. He drops it off to the point guard, Devin Melko. Sumter comes out man-to-man.
No surprise there.
Simmons goes baseline, turns it back out. Cudd gets the rebound, tries to go up. Doesn't do a good job of keeping that ball up high, but draws a foul. Charlie Richardson, the 6'5" senior center.
And Jason's gotten where he tries what he's able to do. He doesn't try to do anything that he's not capable of.
Cudd to the free throw line so far this season. Only shooting about 51% from the free throw line, but that one looked nice as he tickles the twine for the first points of the night.
Well, Socastee's got early lead here.
Cudd with the big high bounce. 2 for 2. Socastee with a 2-point lead. It's Brandon Parker inbounds. And C.K. Rembert gets the ball going for the Gamecocks. Knocked away from behind. Nice steal that time by Simmons. And here come the Braves. Devin Melko, the 5'8" senior, gets it over to his twin brother, Finn. They're moving against the man-to-man defense. Finn takes a three and knocks it down. 5-0 Socastee. Here come the Gamecocks.
Nice looking shot by Finn Melko, number 13.
Rembert and McBride play catch on the wing and point. Socastee with a big 2-3 zone here with Cudd in the middle. Simmons goes for a steal, misses. Leaves him wide open on the outside for a long three. Rebound taken down by Kershaw. Kershaw with a short jump shot over Cudd for 2.
Here comes that rebounding again.
Simmons trapped on the passive pressure this time by the Gamecocks. Aeneas Green gets it back to Melko. Green with man-to-man by Rembert. Finn Melko over in the corner. They've got Green wide open under the bucket. Nobody sees him. Cudd tries to go baseline. Bounces back in and finds it to the bucket for 2. Jason Cudd with 4 early points tonight for the Braves.
When he gets it down that low, he is a load to handle.
Long jump shot on the outside, up and good by Micah McBride. He was one of the leading scorers on this team last year. They went 19-7. He and Brandon Parker both. That looks like a travel. It was. They're going to call T.J. Simmons for steps against the Sumter pressure.
And like the girls, Sumter boys are coming out from baseline to baseline.
7-5 is the score. The Socastee Braves with an early 2-point lead over the Sumter Gamecocks here from Socastee High School, our HTC Game of the Week. Braves in the 2-3 zone, packing it in tight. Sumter trying to move the ball around that zone and get an open look. They get it inside to Kershaw. He tries to go up against Cudd. They got it. Cudd looked like he had a good block there. They're going to call the foul on Jason Cudd.
I'm not sure about that one. It looked like Jason went straight up, had his hand on the ball.
HTC replay will give you a look at it right here. Cudd plays straight up in the air. Wow, I don't see any kind of foul on that play. And the Socastee faithful here groan their approval, but it's going to send Quentin Kershaw to the free throw line. They only have 2 free throws to try to tie this game up. First one's going to be short and no good.
Well, at least the bad call won't cost Socastee, but at most 1 point.
You know, if D'Angelo Scott over there, you know, he's pulling for this kid to improve and play better, and he's starting to show signs. The whole team is, as he says, it's not something you see immediately. As Sumter comes up with a quick steal, and Parker's going to go in for the easy 2 to give Sumter an 8-7 lead. Braves have got to do a better job of handling this pressure, and you cannot go backwards against it. They get it ahead. Simmons gets it across half court. He tries to drive in, and fake the shot, drives in high off the glass, no good. Cudd puts it up and in, and he's fouled on the backside. I think they're going to call the foul again on Cedric Rembert, and that's going to send Jason Cudd to the free throw line for the and one. As Cudd does a great job of pulling the ball high off the backboard. Rembert grabbed him by the arm. The officials saw that one nicely.
And he's playing with a little emotion and a lot of energy.
And he's perfect from the free throw line tonight, 3 for 3, as Socastee has a 2-point lead, 10-8 here from Socastee High School on the HTC Game of the Week. Socastee slowing things down a little bit with this 2-3 zone. Sumter's trying to find their way to get in the middle of that zone. They pop it inside. The ball bounces loose right into the hands of McBride. His jump shot's no good. Cudd can't control the rebound. Ball's knocked away by Simmons again. Melko tries a shot at it. He can't get it. Rembert's got it on the wing. And Parker gets it to Kershaw. Back over to McBride on the empty corner. His shot's up, no good. Tap follow, no good. Cudd can't get the rebound. Sumter's getting all the loose balls. Nice high floater up and in by Rembert. It's tied at 10.
Great job on Sumter's part of staying after the ball after it came off the rim. Right back into the press. Down the Melko gives up his dribble.
Cannot pick up your dribble against this pressure. One of the things you notice, Tommy, is as you watch, you can tell this Sumter team, they know how to run that press. They know where their body positions are supposed to be. You watch Socastee, they've got guys that are jammed up together, and their positioning is not near. They're not going to be successful breaking this press with this type of philosophy.
You're 100% right, Lane, because you can see Sumter does not guard the player the furthest away from the ball. So they're able to set double teams without having to worry about that man getting the ball and beating them.
If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us over the top, and that's a long pass to throw, and it's Cudd down there, and that's a difficult pass anyway. So the ball handlers, Melko, Simmons, and Green, these are the guys that are going to have to handle the pressure. Again, one of the keys to the game tonight for head coach DeAndre Scott. And Melko can't control the dribble. You cannot beat this pressure with just dribbling the ball. Simmons gets it across half court. Gets it over to Green. Green tries to throw a bullet pass inside to Finn Melko. And anytime you put the ball on the ground, the athletes of Sumter are all over it. Simmons comes up with a loose ball, forces the steal. Green tries to drive, throws up a hopeless shot, but it goes in. 12-10.
That's one of those horse game shots.
He was falling backward, falling away from the bucket, and found the glass. Into the game for the Gamecocks, number 15. That's Charles Patton. Also, number 23, Marquise Moore comes in. JoJo English has about 9 bodies over there, and he will use them religiously. Moves bodies in and out of the game. A lot of movable parts on this Gamecock offense. TJ Simmons tries to drive through the Gamecock defense. Can't do it. Kicks it back out to Green. Sumter's doing a good job of switching off and covering these cutters. Devin Melko resets the offense. Finn Melko tries to drive baseline, pulls up with a shot, hits it, and he gets hammered on the play by Marquise Moore. And that'll send Finn Melko to the free throw line. And the Socastee Braves have a 4-point lead, 14-10. HTC replay, Coach.
I tell you, it's another circus shot for the Braves that some kind of way finds the bottom of the hole, and he makes the free throw to end the three-point play, and Big Max Joseph is coming in for Jason Cudd now for the Braves.
Joseph's a 6'6 senior. He's committed to play. Actually, he's going to have to step back out, but he was coming in for Finn Melko. He actually didn't have his T-shirt in, his top in, and one of the officials made him go back over the sideline, so Joseph will have to wait before he gets in. We'll be glad to talk about him when he gets in. Also, at the end of the game, number 1, Zykeem Jackson in for JoJo English's Gamecocks. Sumter moving the ball around quickly against the 2-3 zone, forcing the Braves to really move their feet on defense. Rembert with a long, high, arcing jump shot in and out of the rim, no good. TJ Simmons goes up high to rip down the rebound with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Lane Harris and the coach Tommy Johnson bringing you the action. Finn Melko can't handle the pass from Simmons, and it comes away, and Andrew Tiller, who's now into the game for the Gamecocks, comes away with on the break. Step back jump shot, no good. Cudd can't control the rebound, gets it over to number 44, Quentin Kershaw, and he knocks it in to cut it to a 3-point Braves lead.
Kershaw, good job on the offensive rebound and putting it back in up over around Cudd.
Simmons forces the jump shot at the free throw line to put it back to a 5-point Brave lead.
Simmons has to be huge for Socastee tonight. He is their best scorer.
Marquise Moore passes up the corner jump shot. They get in the middle to Kershaw, and he moves baseline right around Ben Melko for an easy deuce. 17, in favor of Socastee. Turnover. Melko can't handle the pass. Number 5 drumps in there. Andrew Tiller double clutched, and Devin Melko came by. Looked like he got nothing but ball. They're going to call a foul on Devin Melko, and that'll send Andrew Tiller, the 5'8 sophomore, to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Devin Melko is just full of energy. He gets after it. If there's a loose ball, he's on the floor. He's one of those that you love to have on the floor with you.
Coming in the game for the Socastee Braves, number 24, Tyler Rayner. He's a 6'5 sophomore. Trying to get some size in there with Cud taking the break, and Max Joseph, who is committed verbally to play football at Coastal Carolina University over in Conway. Play the tight end position that he's played so well for Socastee Braves for the past 2 seasons in a row. After the 2 free throws are made, 17-16 is the score, and a turnover immediately against the Sumter Gamecocks. Pressure gives the ball back to the Gamecocks.
With no time off the clock.
2:06 to go in the first quarter. High scoring first quarter. Sumter into the inside, up and in. Shot by Kershaw, tapped up by Richardson, no good. Sumter maintains control, and they get it back out front to Tiller, who resets the offense. Kershaw's calling for the ball inside.
Socastee's gone to a 1-2-2 defensively.
Ball knocked out of the hands by Simmons. It'll remain Gamecocks ball right in front of the Socastee bench. 1:47 to go here in the first quarter. Socastee jumped out to as much as a 5-point lead. Sumter's pressure and free throws have cut this back down to a 1-point game. Tiller moves it around to McBride. McBride goes in the low post to Johnson. He goes up to Kershaw, and Kershaw banks it in, and the Gamecocks have the lead 18-7.
Nice assist on Sumter's part.
Melko again handling the one-on-one pressure. Gets it to Green, who moves it ahead to Rayner. Rayner holds high, gets it back to Green. He drives inside, kicks it out to Simmons. His long 3 off the rim, no good. Kershaw comes down with a rebound, knocked away by Rainey, but Kershaw controls. Ahead to Tiller. We've got a minute to go in the first quarter. Marquise Moore. Move it around. Tiller takes a long 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Hit the top of the backboard. No good. Marquise Moore pulls down the rebound. Throws it back over to McBride. Parker. Parker looking to get to Tiller. Tiller trying to look inside for Kershaw. Trying to get the ball inside now that Joseph's out of the game. Now that Cud's out of the game. And Devin Melko comes up with a steal. And they're going to get Marquise Moore with a foul. Neither team is in the bonus, so it'll be Socastee ball with 40.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Couple of subs coming in for Socastee. Number 5, Dalton Jonas, and number 10, Nigel Foster.
To Sumter's credit, their last possession, they made 6 passes before they ended up turning it over. They're really adept at sharing the basketball.
Good look right there. Head basketball coach JoJo English. Steal, turnover, stolen back by Green, and Green's going to get fouled on the play. And I don't know if that was a shooting foul or not. The foul's going to be on 23, Marquise Moore, and he will shoot 2. That'll be a shooting foul. We'll get a good look here at the 5'10" sophomore, Aeneas Green, who came into the game averaging about 3 points a game.
And a little trivia, that is Alvin Green's nephew.
I was getting ready to say, Alvin Green is a name familiar with Socastee basketball fans. Played his basketball at Coastal Carolina University. And I tell you what, if he can be half the athlete that Alvin was, he'll have a good high school career.
Amen.
Aeneas Green shooting 68% from the free throw line so far this season. Missed the first, made the second one. We're tied at 18 here in the first quarter.
Got a 25-second first quarter left here. See if Sumter goes for the first good shot or the last shot of the quarter.
Tiller controls out front against Green. Gets it to Richardson. Back over to Tiller. Tiller can't get it in the corner as Braves are starting to push the 2-3 defense out. That free throw line has been open all night. Parker tries to force up a shot. It's deflected out of bounds by Socastee with 9.1 seconds to go. We're tied at 18 here.
See what play Sumter runs. Little pop out to the corner.
That's Parker out in the corner, gets it to Tiller. Tiller likes to drive, left-handed floater, no good. Rayner pulls down the rebound, throws it right back into the hands of McBride, and his circus shot is no good, but he draws the foul, I think, on Dalton Jonas. That's going to get the foul on Rayner, the 6'5 sophomore, and that will send 6'3 senior Micah McBride in the free throw line to shoot two with 0.9 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Really a high-scoring game, Lane. 18-18 with 9/10 of a second left. I don't look for it to continue at that pace.
McBride's second free throw is up and good. Gamecocks with a 1-point lead. Joseph looking for the long pass. He gets it, tries to shoot it quickly. Nothing but air. That's with 0.9 seconds to go, Tommy. That's a good risk to take against this Gamecock pressure, as they've been tightening the bolts all game long against the Socastee Braves. But we got a tight one here in our HCC Game of the Week. The visiting Gamecocks lead 19-18. Be back with second quarter action after this word from our sponsors.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Back at Socastee High School for the HTC Game of the Week, and there you look at the huddle of the Sumter Gamecocks. Came into this game with a 9-4 record, 2-1 in Region 6-4A. And they have a 1-point lead here, 19-18 over the Socastee Braves, who are at 1-2 in Region 6-4A, 14-4 for DeAndre Scott in his second season as the Socastee head basketball coach. He is his 13th season overall as a head coach. He's had a very good career. Started at Wilson, won a state championship with Myrtle Beach back in 2008, and then went to Florence Wilson, and is now in his second year here at Socastee. He's kind of been in a couple schools that you've been at too, Tommy.
Yep, as a matter of fact, I came to Wilson right after DeAndre graduated. Great guy.
Sumter Gamecocks drive the baseline, and I think they're going to foul call that time on Finn Melko, as we see Jason Cudd, Finn Melko back into the game. Looks like the starting five. Najee Foster, the only sub in there for Aeneas Green, who played the whole first quarter for Coach DeAndre Scott.
I tell you what's odd, as good as Sumter is defensively, for us to put up 18 points in the first quarter says a lot.
Right now, Zykeem Jackson at the free throw line knocks down the first to give Sumter a 2-point lead, and 2 for 2 for a 3-point lead, 21-18. As Jackson come off the bench, the freshman. Again, full court man-to-man pressure. Melko gets it in. Trying to do it against the dribble, loses his balance, and Sumter comes up with a loose ball. Jackson comes away with a free one. He's got a man wide open underneath. McBride goes up with a circus shot, no good. Tap up, no good. Into the game, number 53, Tyler Johnson, no good. To continue to hit the boards, number 3, McBride, no good. Now Sumter Gamecocks all over the boards. Socastee with no answer. Tommy, about 6-7 different shots right there.
You know, you just can't allow that. Somebody's got to do something, step in somewhere.
Sumter also playing very physical on the defensive side of the ball. Cudd goes up high over the top of the defender for the rebound. Comes to the way. TJ Simmons gets it. Finn Melko gets it in this block. And here come the Gamecocks. McBride gets it over to Jackson. Jackson's up and under. Rebound, layup, no good. McBride gets the rebound and drops it back off to Zach Jackson. He comes back out to set up the offense.
To say that the refs are letting them play is putting it pretty mildly.
Well, that's one of the things you're going to see from a team as athletic and mobile as Sumter is. They're going to push that envelope and really press you on the defensive side of the ball. There's Tyler Johnson, the 6'5 senior, and he's going to walk in the post. He's guarded tightly there by Finn Melko. Coming back into the game, that's Max Joseph. He'll come in to replace Tyler Cudd as Jason Cudd is good. Cudd goes back over to get some instructions. Head coach DeAndre Scott. Joseph gets the ball inbounds, tries to get to Simmons. The ball's kicked out of bounds. TJ Simmons comes away with it, gets it ahead to Finn Melko. Melko goes in for the layup and scores. 23-20. Not a whole lot of time for color commentary because these Gamecocks bring it down quickly, Tommy. We'll get you in there, don't worry. Parker's shot's no good. Simmons can't get the rebound, and it comes in, and McBride rips it down and puts it back in for 2.
And Sumter right back to their full court man-to-man.
Kind of the same things the girls run. They turn their back to the ball and face guard the guys that are trying to get the ball inbound. And that time, Devin Melko throws the ball out of bounds, and another turnover for the Sumter defense.
Against that press, you can't run away from the ball. You've got to come to the ball, not away from it.
Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Sumter with a 25-20 lead over the Socastee Braves. Back into the game, C.K. Rembert. Throws it across court, and they're going to call a foul. I think on number 44 they are. Quentin Kershaw, he was locked up inside. He and Max Joseph were going a little hand-to-hand combat inside. They're going to call Kershaw with the foul.
And he will lose that battle with Max Joseph.
Max, pretty strong young man. Melko coming across the pressure. They stop it at half court. You look for a trap. As soon as they come across half court, they give it. Simmons turns it over right in the hands of Kershaw. Into Richardson. And Charlie Richardson goes up for the layup, and they're going to call a foul or a turnover.
Great hustle on Finn Melko's part. Turn it over. They went in for the layup. Finn blocked it and went off of him out of bounds, so the ball's back to Socastee.
JoJo English has turned this into like a 1-3-1, like three-quarter court trap. And they're waiting for that ball to get across half court, and they're trapping it. And the Blaze can't play into that. Green, half court, cross court pass to T.J. Simmons. No good. Green runs down the rebound. He stepped on the half court line.
Good call by the official. He did step on it.
He gained possession of the ball in the front court and turned it over in the back court. And that's one of the things, DeAndre Scott was talking about. Turnovers are going to kill this team. We see a couple of Socastee Braves with their hands on their knees as the continual pressure by the Sumter Gamecocks is something that they're going to have to face.
They just don't ever let you have a minute to breathe. There's constant pressure.
Tiller back into the game. Also Charles Patton, 6'5" junior, in at the post. Short jump shot by number 4 Parker's no good. And Simmons pulls down the rebound. Good thing about those missed shots is the Gamecocks cannot press. Aeneas Green with a bank shot, no good. Patton pulls down the rebound.
Aeneas is young, and he will force one of those every now and then.
Cross court to McBride. His shot's no good, but the rebound's pulled in and put back in by Charles Patton. And the Gamecocks have a 7-point lead.
Same as the girls' game, Socastee cannot afford to let this all of a sudden jump up to a 14, 15-point game.
Simmons goes 360 in the middle of the lane, no good. And Max Josa, who gets the rebound, is going to step on the end line. It'll be Gamecocks ball with 4:26 to go here in the first half.
7-point lead, very doable for Socastee.
Not a big crowd that came over from Socastee. Came over from Sumter to come to the game tonight. Joseph pulls down the rebound on the miss by Tiller. Melko hands it off to Melko. Sumter's not been able to run away with this thing so far, Tommy, even after all the turnovers they've been getting.
Certainly haven't. Socastee has scored when it had to keep it from blowing up.
Simmons gets the ball in the corner. Guarded tightly by McBride. Get it back out front to Devin Melko. He goes left hand, throws it up off the backboard, no good. His brother gets the ball, and he's going to get fouled on the play, and that'll send Finn Melko to the free throw line where he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Finn has played well tonight. Hit a couple of buckets, made some free throws, has a couple of blocks on the other end of the floor.
HTC, this is live connected with him with our replay there as Devin Melko throws up the missed shot off the back of the backboard, no good. His brother Finn, who I'm sure has done that before, as they've probably been playing ball most of their young lives. Back into the game for the Braves, Jason Cudd comes in, and he replaces T.J. Simmons.
Improbable twins. One's about 5 inches taller than the other.
6'3" and 5'8". That's Akeem Lawson, number 33, into the game for the Gamecocks. As Finn Melko rips down the rebound, hands it off to his twin brother. Again, only a 7-point game. down the middle of the lane, and they're letting them play out there, Coach.
A little bit out of control on Devin's part, which is his biggest negative this year.
McBride with a long three, in and out of the rim, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Charles Patton. It'll be Braves ball with 3:15 to go in the first half. And again, just a 7-point Sumter lead. And if you watch this game being played in the first half, you'd have to think with all the turnovers and all the steals and extra possessions that Sumter's gotten, Socastee has to look at this as a win.
And you notice that the scoring has gone down considerably for Socastee. They've only
this was 19-18 first quarter.
Right. They've only put 2 on the board.
Melko tries to force the ball inside to Joseph, knocked away by the quick hands of the Gamecocks. And here they come. McBride gets out front to Parker. Parker goes right down the middle of the lane, gets it into Patton, and he knocks it in for 2. 29-20. Green and Melko try to beat the pressure and everything they can to get the ball across half court in time.
And they're really struggling with it.
They give him the baseline. He's got help back there to get it in high to cut at the high post. 7-footer can't get it, and he throws it away. Nice steal that time by Green. Almost gets his pocket picked again. But Green maintains possession, tries to drive down inside, and it's stolen away again by Rembert. Rembert with a 2-on-1. Rembert with a nice pass over to Parker, and Parker puts it in for 2.
Socastee out of control on the offensive end against that pressure.
Max Joseph's playing behind these Sumter Gamecocks. You got to get up in front of these guys and get some position because the lob pass is not going to be there against this athletic Sumter team. Devin Melko with a floater in the middle lane, no good. Cudd pulls down the rebound, and he gets fouled.
That's his 3rd rebound bucket. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the 3rd time he's been to the line.
On the miss by Melko, Cudd goes over the defender, and Mr. Brandon Parker is in the wrong place at the wrong time to be up against the 7-footer. And Cudd is putting some points on the board tonight. Coach DeAndre Scott, he's got to like what he sees out of the sophomore. Only 15 years old and still growing.
But in the past, Jason has put up numbers in the first half and seemed to disappear some in the second half.
34 back into the game. Charlie Richardson back in for Coach JoJo English, replacing Charles Patton. As Cudd's free throw is off the back of the rim, no good. And Richardson pulls down that rebound. Under 2 minutes to go. Sumter with a 9-point lead, 31-22 over the Socastee Braves. Socastee still in that 2-3 zone. They whip it inside. A nice up and under move underneath Cudd. The ball's knocked out of bounds. Oh, I think that ball was knocked out of bounds by Sumter, and DeAndre Scott's thinking the same thing. Only one official saw it, and he called Sumter ball.
And I think I saw it the way Coach Scott saw it.
The inbound against the 2-3 zone. Tiller, the sophomore guard, over to Jackson.
A lot of perimeter passing.
They're doing a great job of skip passing, trying to penetrate the Socastee zone. Give it out front to Lawson. The freshman can't handle it, but he goes up for a jump shot. He's going to get fouled on that shot by sophomore 6'5" Tyler Rayner. And that's going to send the 6'5" freshman Akeem Lawson to the free throw line, and he'll shoot 2.
What we said in the first game, you don't foul jump shooters, especially from the three-point line, which that one wasn't, but silly foul there.
31-22, Sumter Gamecocks with now a 10-point lead after the freshman Lawson knocks in that free throw. 1:15 to go here in the first half. Stay tuned after the game. We will have an HTC player of the game tonight from one of these teams. Lawson's second free throw gives the Gamecocks an 11-point lead. There's just nobody coming to the ball. 5-second call. Socastee Braves are just struggling against this Gamecock pressure. But Tommy, you got nobody coming back to the ball.
And it's tough when you've only got 5 seconds to get it in. But Sumter's boys play it just like Sumter girls. They switch all the screens, which makes it tough.
Cudd with a block. He controls that block over to the hands of Devin Melko. He drives down the middle of the lane. And he gets hacked from behind. And that's going to be the 19th foul. That'll be 1 and 1 for the Socastee Braves. The foul's going to be called on number 34, Charlie Richardson, the 6'5" senior. We had a good look here at Devin Melko, the 5'8 senior who's shooting only 50% from the free throw line all season long. Left-hander's up. Off the front of the rim, no good. Cudd can't handle the rebound, but Melko runs it down, almost goes out of bounds, and Rainey gets the ball over to Simmons. Back to Rainey. Fakes the shot, gets it over to Simmons to Green. Melko's looking inside for Cudd. He's fronted by Richardson. And even with a 7-foot height advantage, very difficult for him to get inside position. Green likes that fadeaway jump shot. Cudd gets the rebound, up and good. It's Jason Cudd has come to play tonight for the Socastee Braves.
That might be about 10 points for the big boy.
Keem Lawson, the 6'5 freshman, controls out front. JoJo English will take a timeout with 30.1 seconds to go here in the first half. HTC Game of the Week, brought to you by HTC. This is Life. Connect with it. We appreciate HTC and Lucky Dog Television Productions and everything they do. Remote high school athletics across Horry County all season long. And all these guys on their Friday night. A lot of better places to be. Glad you're here with us tonight. On the air here for the HTC Game of the Week. Lucky Dog bringing you all the great shots. Lane Harris with the coach, Tommy Johnson, here. And Tommy, tell us some of your fondest memories here at Socastee. You coached here how many years?
Well, I was here for 10, but some of my fondest memories was when I was at West and South. I'm at West and Wilson and brought teams to play here to play Dan. We were bitter rivals but great friends, and those are some of my. I'd rather lose to Dan than anybody, but I'd rather beat him than anybody.
Parker's jump shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Cudd pulls down the rebound and controls for the Braves. 23 seconds to go. T.J. Simmons drives to the free throw line, drops it off to Cudd. He fakes one up in the man in the air, and the bank shot is good. As Jason Cudd is having a career night here for the Socastee Braves.
Playing like a man possessed.
Parker. Simmons made a nice attempt to get the steal down there, almost got it. Parker gets the ball across half court. They're going to call a pushing foul against the Socastee Braves. That's going to go against T.J. Simmons. Simmons kind of getting into it here late in the second quarter. 2.3 to go. Socastee Braves down by 7, 33-26. They get it in. The fall away jump shots, air, nothing but air. Rainey pulls down the rebound, and that's the way that we're going to end the first half, 33-26. The Sumter Gamecocks traveled all the way over from Sumter, South Carolina, and it is now time for our HTC halftime show. Before we do that, though, we're going to take a pause to let you hear something from our sponsors. Halftime score 33-26, Sumter over Socastee. Right back after this.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all. Local agents work with you to select the right coverage that fits your needs and budget. We are your one-stop for auto, home, and life insurance. Our in-house brokerage agency also offers affordable options for coastal property. Get great savings and service from a company ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Call local agent Clayleen Gore at 444-0851 to explore the many benefits of Farm Bureau Insurance.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street or in Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, and Follies Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
It's here, the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota. Shop in style in Sparks Toyota's brand new facility.
The all-new Sparks Toyota is celebrating with special grand opening pricing on every new Toyota. Buy the new 2014.5 Camry starting at $17,999, or drive the new 2014.5 Camry SE for $199 a month. Plus, when you buy, take advantage of the Sparks Preferred Customer Program.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all. Local agents work with you to select the right coverage that fits your needs and budget. We are your one-stop for auto, home, and life insurance. Our in-house brokerage agency also offers affordable options for coastal property. Get great savings and service from a company ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Call local agent Clayleen Gore at 444-0851 to explore the many benefits of Farm Bureau Insurance.
South Atlantic Bank is now open in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street. Our experienced bankers provide the friendly and attentive service we're known for, along with the technology you want. From our Go mobile banking app to text message alerts and next-day service on debit cards, South Atlantic Bank is the place for your complete banking relationship. Visit us in Georgetown at 1187 North Fraser Street or in Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, and Follies Island. South Atlantic Bank, people you know and trust.
The kids are off to college, so my wife and I are remodeling. But instead of calling her Uncle Joe, we're using the HTC Yellow Pages. I say new patio. She says landscaping. New carpet works for me. She's thinking hardwood. I suggest a fireplace. She wants a chandelier. Whatever we choose for our empty nest, we can easily find it in the directory and at htcsearch.com, the local source for everything in the region. Flip, click, touch, and get to it with the HTC Yellow Pages.
Back at the HTC Game of the Week here at Socastee High School. Sumter Gamecocks with a 33-26 lead over the Socastee Braves. Lane Harris and the coach, Tommy Johnson, here with you at Socastee High School. Glad you're with us tonight. And Tommy, this was a game that we saw coming out. We've seen this just aggressive Gamecocks press really take advantage of a Braves team that has not been able to do a whole lot on the offensive side of the ball, but something they have been able to do is get the ball to Jason Cudd. Jason Cudd with a career night so far, scoring in the first half with 13 points, leading the way for the Socastee Braves.
And when you look at Jason and Finn Melko, they've combined 21 out of the 26 points that Socastee has scored. And what really surprises me is many turnovers as Sumter has made Socastee have they've not really taken advantage of that many of the turnovers that led to buckets. It's been really sort of screw into scoring. But as we said, Socastee went from 18 in the first quarter to 8 in the second quarter, and they've got to put some numbers up.
But JoJo English is, that's one of the things he's going to do. He's going to tighten the screws on that defense over there, and they tightened up nicely in the second quarter. One of the things when I saw this team play in Conway last Friday night is they got they did a great job of handling that, of exerting that pressure on Conway. Got easy shots, but missed 12 layups in that game. And they ended up losing that game 50-45. So that was a game in which you lose to one of the top teams in the top team in the region on the road. You miss 12 layups, you lose by 5 points. So that kind of tells you, the type of team that this Sumter team has. And they came out tonight against Socastee, and I think they've taken advantage with their athleticism.
And I'm not so sure they didn't come in a little bit more confident, based on what they read about Socastee and Socastee's record. Socastee may have called them a little looking towards the next game, but talking about the Conway game, if you miss 12 layups, you're supposed to lose.
Yeah.
And, to only lose by 5, I don't think there's any doubt they're one of the major contenders in the region for the region title.
How about the job that Michael Hopkins is doing over there at Conway? I mean, they're 14-2, sitting at the top of the region over there, and what a great job he's going to do. You look at his lineup. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of tremendous athletes on that, but Hennigan and Jeffords playing those guard positions, just doing a great job for them all year long.
And Hop's been around the corner.
Oh yeah.
And
I used to play rec ball with Hop. That's how long he's been around.
You don't still get out there, do you?
Oh yeah, twice a week, every Sunday and Wednesday.
As I tell Derek Hilton, you're not a spring chicken anymore.
Well, I'm in it for the run. I don't get a chance to shoot as much as I'd like to, but I'm in it for the sprint up and down the court. My doctor says it's good for me, so I'm going to keep it up as long as I can.
If we can get a little 3-on-3 from the foul line down, that's where I like to play, from the foul line down.
What's your shot, Tommy? Are you a bank shot man? You like the corner shot, or you like to take it from the top of the key?
Lane, to tell you the truth, I was a horrible shooter.
Really?
When I was at Francis Marion, every time I got it, everybody would say, no, no. And most of the time I didn't shoot it.
I tell you what, you've led some young men to great basketball careers, and like I said, one of the first times I met you was here at the 83. It might have been the 84. I had to get my years right. Beach Ball Classic, where that Tony Black team that came in here, and y'all had a great squad that year. And you actually had some nice dark hair back then. Of course, I did too.
Those were the days. But basketball has been very, very good to me and my family.
Good for you. Starting the second half here, 33-26, the Sumter Gamecocks with a 7-point lead over the Socastee Braves. Socastee trying to get their second region win of the year, and they'll have to do it by handling a very aggressive Gamecocks pressure. And here we see it right out to start off the second half as Simmons controls at the top of the key. Looks like man-to-man now for the Gamecocks. Green tries to free himself up and does on the wing. Cut at the high post. They're running some curlers over the screen. They try to get the ball to Melko, and again, just great athleticism on the part of the Sumter Gamecocks.
And solid fundamental defense. They were designed the passing lane. They had the help side man on the back side of the ball. Sumter is very well coached by JoJo.
Looks like a 1-2-2 zone now for the Socastee Braves. Cud trying to clog things up in the middle. Starters in the second half, McBride, Rembert, Kershaw, Parker, and Richardson. T.J. Simmons with an elbow jumper, up and good. T.J. Simmons cuts it to a 5-point Gamecock lead. Same starters for the Braves, Melko, Green, Melko, Cud, and Simmons.
JoJo's trying to set something up, talking to his post guys down there.
You better get back on the black side of that court over there. He's about 3 foot out on the court, setting up a play. Skip pass all the way over to the corner. Rembert runs it down. Back out front to McBride. He gets it over to Parker, who tries to force the ball inside. Knocked away by Finn Melko. Melko D's up Kershaw. Kershaw goes reverse and up high off the glass over Jason Cud for 2.
Great move on Kershaw's part to use the rim to block Cud.
Green comes up with a left-handed dribble, right down the Broadway, up and good for Aeneas Green.
For a young kid, he plays fearless. He'll attack anybody out there.
35-30. Still a 5-point Gamecock lead. Kershaw trying to post up Melko inside. They get the ball to Rembert all the way over in the far corner. He knifes inside. They're going to call a push foul on Green, I think, as Green must have gotten two hands on the driver as he drove to the basket. That's one of the things that officials this year are looking for. You can guard a guy and put one hand on him, but as soon as you put two on him, you're going to get called for the foul.
Yep, the whistle's going to blow.
Parker gets the inbounds pass. Back to Rembert in the corner. His high arcing three is over Cudd, but no good. Simmons pulls down the rebound. Gets it across half court to Finn Melko. Inside to Jason Cudd. He goes up for the dunk and gets ejected by Charlie Richardson, but he's going to draw the foul call, and that will send the 6'11 sophomore to the free throw line. Two free throws where he's been pretty good all night long. Nice pass inside by Melko.
And just to keep Jason's confidence going will be these free throws. If he should be able to knock those down and get the fact that his dunk was pretty much stifled.
Well, Richardson's about 6'5", so he knows how to go up and jump. And that's one of the things, you look at Cudd, he's 6'11". Yeah, he's a good, 250, 260 pounds, I would say.
He's full grown.
He can put more weight on that frame, but one of the things that he does not do is he does not elevate quickly.
No, and I tell you, if you'd seen Jason last year to this year, you'd be amazed at the improvement.
First free throw is up and good. Now it's a 4-point Sumter lead. Under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Sumter Cudd's free throw is up and good, and he now has 15 points in this ball game. Leading scorer for the Socastee Braves.
And the Braves making a little run here.
Rembert gets it inside to Kershaw. He kicks it back out front to Parker, who drills a three. Brandon Parker.
Back into the press goes Sumter. Not quite as tight as it's been being.
38-32, 6-point lead by the Gamecocks. Green gets it across half court. Green over to Finn Melko. Looks for his brother cutting. C.J. Simmons says, I'll take it to the top of the key, and T.J. Simmons nails it.
T.J. can score a lot of points in a little bit of time.
Rembert takes the free throw line jump shot. No good. Rebound taken down by Kershaw. I think they're going to call a foul on Finn Melko as he got his arm up between Kershaw on the rebound. Maybe you can see it right here on the replay, Tom.
I thought maybe Kershaw went over the top there. I don't know about that one, Lane.
I think that's an either or right there.
Yeah.
You can go either way with that.
Or maybe a no call.
Yeah, better a no call. Rembert inbounds for the Gamecocks. Setting a double pick. They lob it inside to Patton, who just came into the game. Cudd blocks his shot. Gets it ahead to Simmons from Finn Melko. Shot's up and good. T.J. Simmons with 4 points in a row for the Socastee Braves. And it's down to a 1-point game.
A little excitement going on down here in the Brave Cave.
Melko pushes the zone defense out, puts some pressure on Tiller at the point guard position to get it to the baseline to Patton. He kicks it back out front, and now over to Tiller on the wing. Jackson into the game, the freshman point guard. He gets doubled up by Melko. Back over to Rembert. They're looking inside for Patton. Kicks it back out to Jackson for the free throw line jump shot. No good. Rebound taken down by Simmons. And here come the Braves. Simmons looks like he's trying to set him up off the dribble. He gets double teamed. Kicks it over to Finn Melko. Looks for Cudd inside. His jump shot is off the front of the rim. No good. That was a shot right there where Socastee could have taken the lead. But as it is, on the floor is going to be the foul call on Finn Melko as he fouls Cedric Rembert. Neither team in the bonus. It'll be Gamecocks ball out of bounds.
That would have been a huge basket for the Braves to have come all the way back and taken the lead. If Simmons gets going and Cudd stays going, it's going to be exciting down the stretch.
Cudd takes a break over on the sideline. He's replaced by Max Joseph, who's signed to play football next year for Coastal Carolina. Just that quickly, a nice high inbounds pass to Quentin Kershaw. And he knocks down a short 8-foot jump shot. Gamecocks up by 3.
Back to full court man-to-man by the Gamecocks. Nice Green with the ball. A little bit too much dribbling.
Simmons tries to go baseline, gets it to Joseph. Joseph looks for the high elevating jump shot, knocks it down. Max Joseph. only shooting about 46% from the field this year. He did a nice job of knocking down that jump shot. Again, 2-3 zone by the Braves.
Max looked like he knew what he was doing on that possession.
Tiller drops it off to Patton on the baseline. Shots up, no good. A nice follow rebound that time by Quentin Kershaw. Tiller all over Finn Melko. With the man-to-man pressure, they get it to Green. Green's going to walk it across. And gets it to Devin Melko. Excuse me, Finn Melko. I'm getting my Melkos confused. Joseph gets it down the middle, up off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up off the front of the rim, no good. Looked like he got fouled that time by Patton. No call. Here comes Tiller. He gets it over to Jackson, who hops, skips. It looks like he took 3 steps into the lane. No foul call, no walk call. Joseph rips down the rebound for the Braves. He gets it ahead to his brother, and he loses control as he goes across the free throw line. It'll be Gamecocks ball with 2:33 to go in the third quarter, and the Gamecocks with a 3-point lead.
The play for Melko that time, he had T.J. Simmons wide open in the corner.
So what you're saying is he chose his brother over T.J.
Yeah. Imagine that.
T.J.'s had a hot hand right now. He scored the last 4 Socastee points to bring it within 1 point. It's now a 3-point game. Socastee starting to push the zone defense out a little further on the outside edges. And now they're going to call a foul that time on Patton, number 15. Patton's going to get called as he had an illegal screen that time on Aeneas Green.
Causes a change of possession, gives the Braves another one, and you got Aeneas Green.
And right now the officials' time, you're coming in and talking to Green because Green and McBride and Rembert are all kind of stacked up right there at the free throw line. And like I said, they don't call the first foul. A lot of times they're going to call the second one.
And players on both sides are getting a little chippy here.
To get it into Green. Gets the pressure by McBride. Left-hander brings it across the green. Shot pulls up at the free throw line. Front rim, back of the rim. It sticks it on the front of the rim. And Patton pulls down the rebound in the corner for the Gamecocks. Rembert gets it ahead quickly to Marquise Moore. Skip pass over to McBride. He sends it inside to Moore. Moore gets stuffed, but steps on the end line. It's going to be Socastee Braves ball.
Great block.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Socastee with a chance to bring within 1 point or even tie this game up as number 10, Nigel Foster, comes back into the game, averaging almost 5.7 points per game for Coach DeAndre Scott. Ball thrown out of bounds by Simmons, an unforced error that time by the Socastee Braves.
That is the 3rd time we've thrown the ball out of bounds on inbounds possessions.
Marquise Moore triggers for the Gamecocks. Gets it out front to Rembert. Rembert backs the dribble out, pops it into Patton, who kicks it back out to Tiller. And back down to Patton. His shot's no good. Rebound run down by Simmons. Simmons with the one-hand dribble out front. Man-to-man pressure by the Gamecocks. Nice pick and roll to Max Joseph. He gets up off the backboard. No good. Gets his own rebound. Gets forced it back up. And he's going to get fouled by Patton. And that'll send Max Joseph back to the free throw line to shoot 2 as our HTC replay comes your way.
And Max down the lane, fights for the rebound, gets it back, goes up, draws the foul, will get to the line to see if he can convert 2 here.
Joseph only 36% this season from the free throw line. And you can tell, hey, he let that ball go. I didn't think it's going to come anywhere close to going in.
You can see why he's shooting 36.
He hammered. He's like he's force feeding it into the rim. Get some arc on the ball. Max has got it down. That one was short. 1 for 2. It's 42-40. Joseph makes it a 2-point Gamecock lead. Marquise Moore fakes the baseline move, kicks it back out front to Tiller. Tiller resets the offense as Kershaw's calling for it inside against the Socastee defense. Marquise Moore gets it over to McBride. His long 3 is up and good. Micah McBride, the 6'3 senior.
I tell you, Lane, as long as Sumter lets Socastee hang around, you never know what's going to happen last 2 or 3 minutes of the game.
There's a steal by Rembert. He runs right past the Socastee defense, puts it up, and he's going to get fouled by Nigel Foster with 52.3 seconds to go in the ball game. And Tommy, when you're facing this pressure, you've got to help your teammate out. There was a Socastee guy standing 5 foot on this side of half court, and he's got to be another 20 foot closer to that pass.
The rule is you've got to go to the basketball as hard as you can go.
Free throw up and good by Rembert. Coming into the game, that's going to be number 13, Finn Melko, who had 8 points in the first half, the 6'3" senior.
Has played well tonight.
According to DeAndre Scott, pretty dadgum good student, too.
And a great athlete, plays all 3 sports.
Socastee moved up to Region 6 4A, had spent the last 10 years in Region 7 3A in the state of South Carolina. Green gets a fumbled pass up court, gets it to Rayner. Rayner goes inside to Finn Melko, and Melko is now in double figures with 10 points. Socastee down by 5, 47-42. Last 30 seconds of the third quarter. Moore controls on the wing. Over to McBride. You better get on him. Shot's no good. Rebound knocked out of Melko's hands into the hands of Kershaw. And they're going to get a foul, I think, on Finn Melko as he hammers Quentin Kershaw from behind. Kershaw had 8 points in the first half. He's going to go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2.
I guess I'm old school Lane. With Socastee in the zone last 20-25 seconds, I would have held it to go for the last shot. But in today's time, they put it up.
And McBride's had the hot hand. He just hit a 3 the last time down. He was wide open, almost in the exact same spot he hit the first 3 from, that corner. Zakeem Jackson, the freshman, coming in, replacing Mike McBride, the senior. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's gone 10 deep on his bench tonight. Actually, he's gone 11. Everybody on that bench has played tonight. Coach JoJo English trusts all his players.
And that's a good thing to have.
Green gets the ball across half court just in time. Into Finn Melko at the free throw line. He thinks about shooting. He gets hacked from behind. No foul call. As Rembert hacked him across the wrist, but no foul. Long 3 by Tiller right at the buzzer, and that stretches it out to a 9-point lead as the Socastee Braves made a couple of nice runs in the third quarter, but Sumter comes away with a big 3 right before the end of the buzzer to take a 51-42 lead into the fourth quarter. Back with fourth quarter action after this words from our sponsors.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
With the coach, Tommy Johnson, this is Lane Harris here for the HTC Game of the Week between the Sumter Gamecocks and the Socastee Braves. The Sumter Gamecock girls came with a 63-42 win, and in that game, Kadisha Kennedy, the 5'5" senior guard, was our HTC player of the game. Stay tuned at the end of this quarter. After our commercial break, we will be naming HTC player of the game for this game as well. Leading candidates right now for Socastee, definitely Jason Cudd, having a huge huge ball game. Had 13 first half points, and I think he's got 15 now as we speak. Right now the Gamecocks ball with a 9-point lead. See how JoJo English plays it the rest of the way against the Socastee zone defense. Get it in the corner to Tiller, who hit the big 3 right at the end of the buzzer for the third quarter. Marquise Moore drops it off to Zakeem Jackson, and Zakeem Jackson, the freshman, knocks in a short jump shot to give him an 11-point lead.
Good ball movement again on Sumter's part, going from side to side, finding the opening man.
Ball knocked away by Tiller. Tiller into the hands of Rembert. Back to Tiller, and Tiller takes it to the rack, and he's going to get fouled by Nigel Foster. And here we see Sumter starting to take over with this defensive pressure on our HTC replay.
All of a sudden, from 6 to 13, just on the snap of an eye.
I don't know if you remember, but with about less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, this was a 1-point game. So Sumter has literally turned on the gas. Jason Cudd back into the game. He gets the rebound and rips it out to T.J. Simmons, who brings it down, and he's immediately triple teamed. Sumter's doing a great job of jumping into the passing lanes and getting hands on all the loose balls. As a nice play that time by Moore. He goes up for a shot. He's stripped by Foster. It'll be Gamecocks ball as Aeneas Green comes back into the game. He'll be replacing Najee Foster.
Nice defensive play and hustle on Najee Foster's part.
But you can watch, as when you see these Socastee players start to pass the ball, you see Sumter guys starting to go to that lane. They read these passing lanes very well on this JoJo English coach team.
And you know there's very few wide open shots that the Braves have gotten.
Jackson and Tiller, freshman and sophomore guards, running the offense out there. C.J. Rembert, he's a junior. Moore and Kershaw are the seniors. This is a young Sumter team. As we said, the last 2 years in a row, they've been the Region 6 4A champs. Nice jump shot that time by Tiller.
Sumter made 12 passes before taking that shot.
Just kind of wearing out that zone defense by the Braves. Devin to Finn. Finn's jump shot's up and good.
Good for Finn. He's really had this might be his career night also.
If Finn had hit that shot early in the third quarter, they'd have taken the lead for the first time. That was almost the exact same spot that he shot the ball from.
Absolutely.
Simmons with some pressure on Zykeem Jackson. JoJo English with a 14-point lead now here on the road. Content to kind of take the air out of the ball, pass the ball around a little bit. Now they're going to call a foul on Jason Cudd as he comes over the back of Quentin Kershaw. That is the 6th team foul for the Socastee Braves. Excuse me, make it the 7th team foul. So that'll send Rembert to the free throw line. Excuse me, Kershaw to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
And to JoJo's credit, he coaches like he plays. You can't tell whether he's 20 up or 20 down.
Yeah, he's very expressionless over there. Pacing up the sidelines. He's about 10 feet away on the far end of the bench. He's kind of pacing around. Got one hand tucked up under one elbow. And I saw him last Friday night in Conway. He was down 14 points, and he looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
Simmons comes across half court. Pulls up for the jump shot, no good. Nice defense that time by Kershaw. Jackson comes up with a loose ball, and he's going to call a timeout, and he's going to get it. As he was falling and out of control with 5:29 to go here in the ball game. 60-44. What was a 1-point game with about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter has become a complete blowout as the Socastee Braves have not been able to match the intensity of the Sumter Gamecocks. Again, coming up after the game, our HTC Player of the Game. We'll give away a game ball. We took it over to Miss Khadijah Kennedy from the girls team. They just hopped on the bus and left to head back to Sumter. And she was quite surprised. She didn't know she was going to get a basketball tonight.
A happy young lady. I tell you, Lane, the difference between Sumter boys and girls press, it seemed like the girls had a lot more double teams in their press, and the boys are centered on putting pressure and then picking off bad passes.
And one of the things I noticed about the Sumter girls last Friday in Conway is they were playing at a much higher speed than they were tonight. I think they kind of realized that coming into this game, matching up with an opponent with only 6 players on the court, that they were going to be able to have their way. It was just a matter of time, and it was a matter of time before they eventually pulled away in that game. Right now, we've still got a game here, 5:15 to go in the ball game. Ben Melko pulls up the jump shot, good. 2 jump shots in a row. Ben Melko's cut it back down to a 14-point lead.
Well, if Socastee's going to make a run, now would be the time to do it. They can't trade baskets. They got to get some stops on this end of the floor.
Rembert goes up against Cudd, high up off the backboard, no good. Rebound right into the hands of a waiting Akeem Lawson, another freshman for JoJo English's squad, and he puts it back up in to push it back up to 16 points. Simmons across half court, double team in the corner, looking for somebody to throw the ball to in the post. Ends up throwing it off a Sumter Gamecock, but it stays in bounds. Over to Jackson. Jackson through the lane, up and good. And it's just wearing Socastee down. This pressure is. And Sumter is shooting layup after layup after layup. Look for the pass to Cudd. Cudd goes up for it. He misses the dunk. And Marquise Moore comes away with the rebound. Tiller up for the circus shot. It goes up and in. Everything's going in for Sumter. Nothing's going in for Socastee.
And all of a sudden, it's a 20-point game, and Simmons draws a foul off of a a bad shot, but he did draw the foul, and I don't know what he's going to be shooting.
Well, I think he knew that Tiller was coming in from behind, out of control, and he just kind of put the brakes on right in front of Tiller and just lofted a shot up.
Sumter's unloading their bench, getting ready to bring 4 new fresh players in.
Yeah, but the problem is 3 of those are starters. Because they've been sitting over there resting. That's the benefit of having a deep squad.
Absolutely.
And that's something that DeAndre Scott, unfortunately, does not have.
And Socastee does have his starting 5 on the floor at the time.
Coming back into the game, number 53 is the only non-starter of that group, Tyler Johnson. He's a 6'5" senior. Brandon Parker, starter, coming back in. Number 34, Charlie Richardson, a starter, coming back in. Number 3, Micah McBride, a starter, coming back in.
And they're arrested.
Exactly. So JoJo English getting ready to put his foot on the gas pedal and finish this one off strong as McCulloch's second free throw is up and good. 66-49 as McCulloch is true to the free throw line. DeAndre Scott got his work cut out for him here. 4-14 on the year, 1-2 in the region. If this score holds up, he'll drop to 1-3 in the region. But he's had a great career. 6-time Region 3 Coach of the Year. Region 7 3A Coach of the Year. 6-time region champs at Myrtle Beach. 2 state semifinals, and he's taken his team to 11 straight playoff appearances.
DeAndre is as nice a guy, an excellent teacher, a great coach, just a good person to be around. You know, he's in that position where you play with the players that you're dealt. You can't go recruit. You know, Socastee has lost players to St. James when they built that, and Carolina Forest when they built that, and they took the Air Force Base away, so the area that Dan had to draw from is a lot smaller than it is for DeAndre to draw from.
But you look at Cudd and Green and Rayner and even Tamir Brown, a kid that's not playing tonight because of a suspension. You've got 5 sophomores right there that could lead for good news for Socastee basketball fans in the future, probably over the next 2 years.
Absolutely, and if he can get another good guard, a good solid point guard, it would make all the difference in the world.
Finn Melko sticks out his chest, is going to draw the blocking foul against Charlie Richardson. And with Socastee over the limit, that's going to put Richardson at the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Lane Harris with the coach, Tommy Johnson,
Lane,
here high atop Socastee High School gym.
Over the years, I used to think that you had to have the big guy inside to win. In today's game, if you don't have a true point guard, it does not matter what level. You're not going to win without a good, solid, true point guard.
Max Joseph up high for the missed rebound, on the missed free throw by Richardson. Socastee controls, trying to cut into a 17-point lead. And right now, this Sumter 2-3 defense is literally spreading out and stretching its arms out and using a lot of quickness and athleticism to keep Socastee even from getting close to the ball. They get it into Max Joseph. He powers himself past Charlie Richardson for 2.
Nice play on Max's part. Great team defense on Sumter's part.
66-51.
I would
think high post game here.
I would think that you'll see Sumter get a little bit more patient.
Joseph rips down another rebound. Melko to Melko. Gets it over to Najee, who pops it out to Simmons. His long 3 is good. T.J. Simmons. DeAndre Scott taking the timeout here. They cut it back down to a 12-point lead, just under 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
You know, cut it from 20 to 12 in a couple of minutes, and you still got 3 minutes left or 2:55 left. I would imagine DeAndre is telling them, let's get it under 10 in the next minute 45, and then we can just sell out defensively and go after it and take some chances and take some gambles. And again, I think you'll see Sumter be a little bit more patient. But it's hard to stop teams that come down and play quick, to tell them to do something opposite than they've been doing.
But I mean, you can just tell when you look at these two teams playing each other, Sumter's got better athletes.
Oh, by far.
And they're long, they're lean, they're quick, they're athletic. They anticipate what's happening on the court so much better than their opposition tonight. Get the ball into the high post to Quentin Kershaw. He makes a move on Joseph, goes to the hole and gets fouled from behind by Max Joseph. That'll send the 6'6" senior Quentin Kershaw who had 8 first-half points to the free throw line. Here's your HTC replay.
And he gets the ball at the high post. Max a little bit too close to him there and let him get his shoulders by him, and then it was nothing Max could do. See if they add to the lead on the free throw line.
2:35 to go. It's a 12-point Sumter Gamecock lead. Make it now 13. JoJo English trying to take his Gamecocks to 10-4 on the season, 3-1 in Region 6-4A.
Kershaw's had an outstanding night tonight.
2 straight free throws, nothing but net both times for the 6'6 senior. Again, full court pressure by the Gamecocks. Najee Foster helps him get it aboard, get over half court. Devin Melko to Finn at the high post. He backs it out, resets the offense now with 2:18 to go in the ball game. The Socastee just cannot penetrate quickly, cannot get in to get their shot off. Try to get it to Joseph, throws it behind him. Tiller with a behind-the-back dribble gets hit and fouled, that time by T.J. Simmons. That will send number 5, Andrew Tiller, the 5'8 sophomore, to the free throw line, shooting 1, actually shooting 2 now. They're in the double bonus.
Socastee cannot afford turnovers. They need baskets, they need them quickly, and they cannot put something on the free throw line or just give them runouts off of turnovers.
Tiller drills the first free throw, pushing the Sumter lead back up to 15 points. True for Tiller, 2 for 2. Sumter really shooting the ball well from the free throw line in the second half as Socastee's been forced to foul.
Backcourt pressure again, as it's been the whole game.
Melko gets it across half court, looking for a pick from Joseph. Decides to go the other way, drops it off to his brother Devin. He can't hit the shot, but he's going to get fouled. As number 44, Quentin Kershaw, took a swipe at the shot of Devin Melko. And it's going to be on 44, Quentin Kershaw, the 6'6 senior. Kind of out of position there, Tommy, from behind. Just took a swipe at Devin. Or excuse me, Finn Melko.
I tell you, on the replay, I'm not sure he found him. Great pass from Devin to his twin brother, Finn.
Second free throw is up and good. 70-55. It's a 15-point lead for JoJo English and Sumter Gamecocks here on our HTC Game of the Week. Lane Harris and the coach, Tommy Johnson, bringing you the game here from Socastee High School.
And Coach Scott is emptying his bench and putting some of those in that hadn't seen action tonight.
Wilson, the freshman, controls out front against Melko. Man-to-man defense by the Braves. Rembert throws it inside to Kershaw, and he finishes up high above T.J. Simmons. Simmons is hurt on the play with an ankle injury or a calf injury. It looks like a calf cramp, and it's going to be wholesale substitutions for DeAndre Scott. Jason Cudd comes back in the game, as does Aeneas Green. Number 20, Kentrell Jenrette coming into the game. He's a 5'10 freshman. And I think number 5, Dalton Jonas, 6'1 junior, is the 5th member coming into the game. And 1:23 to go, 72-55, Sumter ahead of Socastee.
And Kendrell has just been brought up recently from the JVs. The last possession of Sumter was a great pass inside and finished by Kershaw.
Swing the game as it's 32. That's Cole Renfro. That's Cole Renfro?
That's Cole. I'm actually a little surprised to see Sumter still in the press, up 17 with less than a minute 30.
Drop it off to Cudd, and he gets it up and over the rim for 2. Jason Cudd, leading scorer tonight for the Socastee Braves, making his play for our HTC Game Ball Player of the Game Award. Presented every game by HTC. This is light, connect with it. High post play by Kershaw. Drops it off to Tiller, who backs it out. Socastee man-to-man, not tightening it up. Ooh, nice pass by Cudd. He gets it over to Kershaw. What a nice pass that time by Tiller as he cut down the middle of the lane, and nice bullet pass right past to Quentin Kershaw, but Cudd pushed him out of bounds to get the foul.
Jason's got to learn that he does not have to block a shot. He just needs to alter it. If he'll just extend that big right arm and just go straight up and make the shooter adjust his shot, it's just as effective as blocking the shot.
Yeah, a lot of young, inexperienced big guys, they play with their hands down, and that's another thing I think he needs to learn. When you go up and get that rebound, especially those offensive rebounds, don't bring the ball down. Keep, like a pogo. You just bounce right back up on your toes and put it right back up. Because if you're 6'11", chances are there's not anybody around that's going to be able to contest that ball if you got it over your head.
Absolutely correct.
17-point lead for the Gamecocks as Green gets it across half court against hard pressure. The ball's thrown away. What a beautiful steal that time by Tiller. He gets it over to Rembert, who goes in for the easy layup. Under 30 seconds to go. Pretty much put this one in the books here at Socastee High School. The Braves are going to fall to 1-3. Sumter Gamecocks going to move to 10-4, 3-1 in the region. Long shot by the freshman Jen Rett. Cudd taps the rebound up, gets it to Cole Renfro. His shot is blocked into the hands of Moore. Moore gets it ahead to Tiller. Under 10 seconds to go. And Rembert's just going to hold it there at half court. And that's going to do it. 76-57 is our final score tonight in our HTC Game of the Week. The coach, Tommy Johnson, and I will be back after this commercial break. We'll break this one down, give you your HTC Player of the Game award after this word from our sponsors.
HTC Home Security watches over my family, home, business, and property 24 hours a day. And it's security I can afford to protect those that are most valuable to me. With free installation and a low monthly monitoring fee, HTC offers the added peace of mind and the protection that I need for the things that matter the most.
Get a security system for as low as $99 with free installation. Call HTC at 843-369-8971 today. Certain restrictions may apply.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
Back at Socastee High School, the Socastee Braves on the bad end of a 76-57 score. Lane Harris with the coach Tommy Johnson wrapping up this HTC Game of the Week. The Sumter Lady Gamecocks came away with almost a identical score, a 19-point win by them, also a 19-point win by the boys. Socastee falls to 4-15 on the season, 1-3 in the season. And you have to look at this game, Tommy, and Sumter has always been kind of the class of Region 6 4A. Last two region championships, they've lost in the lower state championship the last two seasons in a row. JoJo English has a machine over there, and he knows how to use it.
And they have performed well. Obviously, they don't have their record because they're playing the Sisters of the Poor. They're playing good talent, and they're winning. JoJo has done a good job ever since he's been in this coaching profession, and players love to play for him, and you can tell they play hard for him. On the other side, I think the light at the end of the tunnel for the Braves tonight was to play at Jason Cudd. It may have been his coming out, and if he starts playing with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of energy and enthusiasm, I think you'll see him continue to grow.
Had 13 points at halftime unofficially. We don't know how many points he had, but I have to think it's somewhere around the 18-point range. And if I'm not mistaken, according to head coach DeAndre Scott, that would be a career high for him. So he's going to get our HTC game ball. We're going to give it to the sophomore, 6'11" and growing, Jason Cudd, with a stellar performance tonight, both rebounding, blocking shots, shooting free throws, and scoring tonight for the Socastee Braves. D'Angelo Scott's team on the bad side of this ball game, but you have to like what he's got. He's got a young team over there, and they can do nothing but grow with their potential.
There's an old adage in athletics that if you're going to lose, you lose young. And I think you're seeing him putting more and more of the young guys in there to give them some experience. He's still playing and starting the older guys, but he's giving those younger guys plenty of valuable experience.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Again, your final score here tonight from Socastee High School, 76-57. The Sumter Gamecocks beat the Socastee Braves. My broadcast partner, Tommy Johnson, Don Smith, and all those guys working hard here tonight from Lucky Dog Television Productions. And everybody at HTC, my name's Lane Harris. We'll see you next time on the HTC Game of the Week.